Hello, my little friends from Mother Russia, and today we will configure DHCP server for Linux Active Directory Domain Controller on Ubuntu 18. We will integrate ISC DHCP server with BIND9 DNS server. Now we are on the step 5 of this series of manuals, and let's begin. First we need to authorize on our server. And let's start from installing ISC DHCP server. Then let's create user that will maintain our DNS zone and configure him. Now we need to export Ktab that will be used to authorize while DHCP server will initiate an update of DNS zone on our DNS server. Let's export Ktab and transfer ownership and set access rules to this file. If something will be wrong, for example wrong owner or wrong access rules, then nothing will work. Even if you will set here 777, it will not work. Now let's create our shell script that will be executed each time when the DHCP server will try to perform a DNS update. It's important to tell that this version of script doesn't maintain reverse zone. Code that must maintain reverse zone is deleted from this version of script, because in current versions of Samba in Ubuntu 18 it's just creates an errors and do nothing useful. And this is manual for the small business, small enterprise. So in small installations and small offices there are no any needs to automatically maintain reverse zone. If you need some reverse DNS records, you can create it manually using the DNS utility in remote system administration tools package. Well, we copy pasted our script. Ctrl O to save, Ctrl X to close, or Ctrl X to close, select, save and exit. Now after we created this zone, this script, let's transfer not transfer ownership, let's change access rules to this script. And now we must configure our DHCP server. Let's backup current configurations, clear the configuration file. We could just delete the old file and create new. And this is our config. This is part that will help us to maintain our DNS zone, and here is the configuration of our DHCP server. If you use not first subnet, or if your gateway have another IP address, or if your domain controller have another IP address, everything you must fix here. I will add English comments in the article. So it's easy to say. This is our subnet, our net mask, subnet mask. This is the name of our domain. You must have another domain, as I think. Then you need to edit this. This is our gateway, DNS server, NetBIOS server, enterprise server, and the pool of addresses that we use to our DHCP range. So Ctrl O, Ctrl X, and now let's add AppArmor. Let's configure AppArmor, or maybe when you will install, here will not be sufficient exclusions, so let's not exclude something files manually. Let's do this by just using a AA logprof utility. First of all, I have a Linux server, Ubuntu server, that configured to receive his IP address with DHCP, and his name is just a second, I will tell you, client lin1. Let's try to ping it, and nothing we can see. Just a second. Let's open our DNS zone. So nothing is here. This is manually created. Now I will turn on my test DNS client, and every Windows machine is automatically update its address here. So even I have statically configured IP address, my machine updated her record on DNS server. So the main goal of this article is to configure integration of IP addresses that devices or servers or any other computers and devices that not domain members, to configure ability to use their local names, DNS names, to operate with them, not their IP addresses. So now I will power on my Linux server. Let's see some logs. So nothing interesting here, as you can see for now. Let's even restart the DHCP server, and nothing interesting, as you can see again. Here is what we must see if everything works okay. So the server is loaded. Let's try to ping. And let's now try to ping it by IP address. So ping is successful, but ping by name don't work, and here is nothing we can see. Now let's look to our syslog and it's even have not tried to receive the DHCP address for now. Now let's use this command on the remote server. So it will initiate the release of his IP address, and it will try after to receive new configuration via the DHCP. And you can see such records in log file. Here is one of the interfaces. Here is another of the interfaces of this server. This server has two interfaces. So AppArmor denied our operation. Here is AppArmor. To fix this problem, we can use try to fix this problem. We can use this modification to AppArmor. Everything we need to do is to open the configuration and to paste this text below. But from version to version, this list of rules and exclusions may change. So if you will look at this manual in a half of a year, there is no any guarantee that this list will be enough. So we will not use this configuration in this video. As you can see, it's perfectly clear. We will use utility AA logprof. And if we will try to launch it, you can see that nothing found, and we need to install this package. Let's do it and install everything that we need. And now let's try the next thing. Sudo AA logprof. It's found some records like this in log file. See what servers, what mask, what operation need, and it will edit automatically. We just need to let it do it. So inherit, allow, save. Now we need to restart an AppArmor, so it will see AppArmor. It will see the changes and request again on the remote server. We can look logs. There are lots of denies again. Here it is. Lots of denies. So we again launch AA logprof. Inherit, allow, save, restart AppArmor, request again IP address. Now we will not spend time to look to the logs. We will just launch AA logprof, and we will do it until nothing will be found in the log file by AA logprof. So we added new rules, restarted AppArmor, requested IP address on the remote host, again launch AA logprof, allow, save, restart AppArmor, request new IP address, AA logprof, and nothing found. Now we can look to the log file, and we will see here better to look like this, and we will see here records. My server has two IP addresses, or two network interfaces, both of them configured via DHCP. So when on this server I launch this command, it sent release from each IP address, and then it sent the DHCP request from each IP address. So here we can see first IP address, this is request, delete, and delete. Here is release requests. Release from this IP address, MAC address, everything okay. We update DNS zone and delete from there the records that point for this name, for this IP address. After that, in other interfaces, send release, DHCP release, and it's deleted too. And after this, each interface will request his IP address. And important thing that you must remember, that each time when you send DHCP request, it creates a record here, and only last record will be saved. So no matter how much network interfaces that are configured via DHCP is installed on my server or any other client machine, only the last request that DHCP server received will be saved into DNS zone. Not the last, every request will be saved, but the last request will overwrite the current DNS record. So if we will try to use host for, you will receive only the last record. So now you have, after this video and after after another videos from the beginning, you have on this step fully operating single domain controller in your local network. So you can add Windows and Linux clients to your Active Directory domain. You can manage it with remote system administration tools with utility Active Directory users and computers. You can manage group policies for Windows clients and these group policies will automatically replicate to your Windows machines and work very fine, except the special functionality that available only on last revisions of Windows Server. For example, you will not have ability to configure this menu by group policies of Windows Server 208. And you can manage your DNS zone in this remote system administration utility. And especially the most important thing, that your domain controller, everything that I already told, is finished here. After the Linux Samba for ADDC on Ubuntu 18 part 2, you will have everything that I already told a few seconds ago. And on this step, you give your domain controller an ability to dynamically update IP addresses of DNS records of devices that are not being domain controller clients. This is very important, and this will allow you to work with your local network more easily. You will not need to remember an IP address of any not very important device. You just need to remember its name, and it will make the ability to operate with domain more easily. And how to administrate the Linux domain controller, you can look here. And if I remember right, the video on my channel is, I have video for this manual on my channel too. So press like, subscribe, and ask questions. I will try to answer on each question. Goodbye. See you later.